looking back to the founders, couldn't have been more relevant to the crisis that the nation faced in the 1850s. But appealing to the founders was something Stephen Douglas also did. He was not only Lincoln's nemesis, but also the leading Democrat, and therefore the leading politician in America throughout the 1850s. Douglas claimed that he knew better than Lincoln what the founders thought about the question of slavery. Douglas claimed his policy aligned more closely with the founders' intentions for the new republic. In Lincoln's mind, the future of freedom and the eventual demise of slavery depended on whose reading, whose interpretation of the founders was correct, and in his mind could actually unite a divided country.
A conservative estimate would suggest there were 20,000 men who should have surrendered with Lee's army at Appomattox who failed to do so. Why? Well, their reasons were as varied as the men themselves. Some had been footsore and starving stragglers, unable to keep up with the relentless pace of Lee's army as it pressed west, hoping to find that connection to move south and join Joe Johnston. Some of these men had dropped out of the ranks because they believed there was little use in resisting anymore, and they simply elected to go home. Others saw the writing on the wall and hoped to avoid what they saw as the humiliation of surrender.
And this is the story of two Creoles from New Orleans who brought a petition to Lincoln at the White House on March 3rd, 1864. And they handed it to him in his White House office, and they called for the free, light-skinned, wealthy black community of New Orleans to be given the right to vote. And they appeal to the Declaration of Independence, and they point out that they are serving in the Union Army for the Union cause, and that their ancestors had fought with Andrew Jackson during the War of 1812 at the Battle of New Orleans. And they say that they should have the right to vote based on the fact that they are serving the country and that they pay taxes. And in one line of this petition, they say, "We are men, treat us as such." The petition has 1,000 signatures on it, and 28 of those are veterans of the War of 1812. Lincoln welcomed these two men into his White House office. This is one of them, and I couldn't find an image of the other, but this is Arnold Burtnoe. He welcomes them into the office, and he says to them that his first job is to crush out the rebellion. But he said if giving black men the right to vote became necessary to win the war, he said that he would support it. He said, "For I see no reason why intelligent black men should not vote."